Hi. This is Victorian Jeremiah coming to you today to tell you guys all about something very important. Hang on, let me just brighten it up. Lock exposure, that's better. Alright, so I would like to tell you guys about something very important, which is this. So, have you ever had a problem with moving house and not knowing what kind of area you're going to be moving into, what the people are like, and not knowing the people at all because they're total strangers? Well, I have the solution for you. I'm dead serious, I ain't joking, okay? I have this idea, okay, to create a community from scratch. And somebody actually gave me the idea on here to create a Discord for it. So it won't just be just any old group of friends on the internet. This is going to be a group of friends that starts off a group of friends on the internet and then ends up with it being a community of people actually living together next door to each other. So they can either be one big property on some land that can either be purchased or built from scratch, with people having their own areas of said building where they live, but they all have like a kind of like what they called community house things, where house shares like that. But instead of it just being, you know, just move into a random house with random people, we all get to know each other online first, meet up a few times, and then when we all get to know each other and find out that we all vibe and iron out any kinks and concerns, and like I say, know each other and what we're all about and all our weirdnesses and quirks. And if we all get along very well, then we all will put money into a fund, if you will, like a GoFundMe or something, and then we will build up enough money and fundraise to either build houses on land, purchase land and build houses on it, or buy houses in like an already existing village, preferably like a country village or something. And the idea is to live, I'm not going to say like completely simply, but a different kind of way of life. So where we all dress Victorian and live like the Victorians did, but with a modern twist. So we'll still have some modern technology, but more limited. It's going to be like more limited, where people only use it for business or communication, but just not like all the time, like always constantly scrolling through like TikToks or whatever. I mean, you can do that if you want, but preferably, like I say, limit your time on these things, like that sort of thing. And then we'd have schools for children, and instead of being plonked in schools at a very young age and for like 8+ hours a day, it would be like more leisurely, and kids could learn at their own pace, and there'd be no pressure, like if you get things wrong or if you don't pass a grade, then oh, it's terrible, like it is in the modern world, the Western world, where it's like if you don't pass tests or whatever GCSEs or whatever shit they do, because I know nothing about schools except for all the pressure and stress that it puts on poor kids. You know, it's not fair. Kids should be kids. They should be able to have fun and be free, like kids are supposed to. They're supposed to enjoy life, not have all the stresses and strains of grown-ups. So it'd be like in Finland. I do believe in Finland they have this policy where they don't go to school until later on in their childhood, like 5 or 6. And then when they do, it's not all this pressure. It's just like more leisurely. The education system is more fun. They make learning fun, you know, like it should be for me. But I got all those stresses, unfortunately. Even though I was homeschooled, it was supposed to be stress-free. It was supposed to be happy and fun and engaging. But because the local education authorities got involved, that's why it ended up stressy. So, unfortunately, I ended up rejecting education and becoming depressed, and just there was all this anxiety and negativity surrounding education because of it. And I feel like it didn't have to be that way. So unfortunately, I was traumatized surrounding education, so I never had a formal education like I really wanted to be able to advance in my career of choice and just to survive in the real world. I've turned out okay, but it's kind of delayed, and it delayed my confidence and everything. So, later in life I'm starting again, and this is why I really want this community, because I want to start again, and I want to give other people a chance to either start again or start life out like that. So for people with families that want to raise their children in a more relaxed environment, not with all the stresses, strains, and confusion of modern day life, I'd like to put together this community of people. So basically buy a village, if you will, and we all live there, and we can pretty much do and dress how we want. Obviously there'll be law and order and everything, but people won't get judged for wanting to dress a certain way or identify as a certain thing. Like if you want to identify as an alien, or if you want to identify as someone from a different time period, the future, the past, whatever, you're not going to be judged and like woo 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 sort of thing, so like witches, wizards, warlocks, people, time travelers, people who believe in aliens or believe themselves to be an alien or whatever, like believe in all this cool stuff. As long as you're not homicidal or psychopathic, you can live here. Obviously you have to be a nice, kind, reasonable, non-judgmental person. You're law-abiding and everything. So yeah, we'll have like a body of people, if you will, who will sort of be the authority figures as any community goes, with me as the head of it. But yeah, it'll be cool. We've already established some people with their ranks and stuff already. We've got moderators on my YouTube channel, which is this. We'll have a Discord server, a Facebook group, page, chat group, and like maybe Instagram page for it or something. That was my mum yawning in the background, as a lot of you guys know. That's one of the people we want to get away from. She's okay now, but she used to be very toxic and abusive, and that's what drove me to want to move out. I'm actually living in the perfect sort of house for this community idea, but the people around here are quite judgmental. Not all of them. Some of them are really sweet and nice, but there are a few that are not on the side of people who are different and